Greetings, my brothers and sisters of darkness. This is Ramon Ponari, and I guess this could double as a kind of an introduction video, if you will, since my, YouTube journey has barely started. My artistic journey, however, has been ongoing for years and years now. I started drawing since the day I was old enough to actually hold a pencil, and many years later I started experimenting with oil colors, and that basically became my go-to medium. As for my inspirations, it's always gravitated towards the macabre, the morbid, dark aesthetics, melancholy, anguish, horror, all those themes that are just oozing with rainbows and the smell of flowers, right? But that's just it. There is an artistic world that should be revolting, and for some people actually is revolting, but still has an almost contradictory appeal. And this is an issue for some individuals. If you're also creating art that is morbid or macabre, I bet that you have, at least once in your lifetime, heard a comment from one of your fellow men that goes something like this. When I'm looking at your art, I feel so depressed. Why aren't you using more colors? Why is everything so sad? Why are you creating stuff like this? Don't you want people to be happy? Are you having issues? And to be fair, yes, I have personal demons. And right now I won't be going into details, but in my amateur psychiatrist opinion, it is kind of self-therapy. Having a creative outlet is a way to refresh your mind and handle negative feelings. You take your own thoughts or fantasies and shape them into something that makes sense for you. But my gravity towards the dark arts started much earlier than that. Even when I was a child, I loved Scooby-Doo with all its horror themes. I was fascinated by nature documentaries where lions are slaughtering Thompson's gazelles, and I started watching horror movies much earlier than I should have. Anyway, when I was a child, my fascination was pretty straightforward. Mayhem and gore had a taboo appeal to it. But when you're growing older, and you look at artists and illustrators like Hieronymus Bosch, H.R. Geiger, Victoria Francis, Todd McFarlane, there is a certain beauty in the chaos, a sanity in the madness, a gloomy world that enlightens. That's what you want to capture when you're creating this kind of art. You look at people, you look at the world, and in your mind's eye you see everything through a kind of a lens. You take a motif of something familiar, but you're enhancing it with your unique imagery, or you twist it into something shocking. How do you do that? However you want. Through dark colors, gothic symbolism, gore, whatever. The only thing that's stopping you is your own imagination. Do I create this kind of art in order to shock people? Well, the goal with any kind of art is to generate emotions. You want people to react, to feel engaged, to think. Shock value can definitely be effective, with the risk of enraging the general public, if you actually care about that. You can also strive to awake a sense of awe in people, a sense of astonishment rather than shock. Personally, I think there are artists out there who create more horrifying pieces of art than I do, but if someone happens to be shocked by something I create, I take it as a compliment. However, my primary goal is to create wonder, my own personal dark reflection of the world. But you never know how people will react to your art. People might interpret your creations in a way you never intended, or react to details you could never anticipate. That's the beauty of it. A strong reaction to your art, whatever that reaction might be, is better than to be completely ignored. From a publicity standpoint, it's almost better that a critic writes a large, recognized article with a review of your work that completely slaughters you, than getting a small, positive article that nobody reads. And to be frank, if you create dark art, do you honestly care if people are offended? That's actually a discussion I want to go into greater depth in another video in the near future, as well as many other related topics. In the meantime, please share your thoughts. If you want to add to the discussion, feel free to comment. If you are curious of my artistic journey, feel free to subscribe. And until next time, take care.